those silly goats, they rub on that fence all day long. I don't know why, because it isn't scratchy to them, and it's smooth. They have trees and stuff they can rub on, but they rub on that fence. And if you know, if it happens enough, it can hurt that fence. Luckily, that's pretty strong right there, so they're not hurting it bad. But man, the bucks get a hold of it on their end, and they just bow that fence right in. I don't understand it, but hey, that's what they do. Man, I'll tell you what, it might be just a tiny bit hard to talk today, because I'm one of those dudes, I'm not ashamed to say it, but I can get a bit emotional on a good flick. And I just watched one with my wife, and we got a little teary in there. But it chokes you up, man. I mean, it's the kind that just grabs you by the throat and you can hardly breathe. And I don't know, maybe y'all don't experience that, but it was a good one. You know, it can get you when it's sad. It can get you when it's joyous. It can get you when good things happen to people over the long run, when bad things were going for them the whole movie or whatever. Whew, it was just good. So I'll try to make it through it. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that sneaky feeding thing on the pigs again. They heard me, I think, talking, and they're looking at me through the door right there. They know I'm in here, and I'm the food guy. So again, we play this game where I try to get their food out before they know it, so that I'm not pouring on top of their heads. It's just a fun thing we do now. But they are super diligent, super stubborn in how they try to find me and where I'm going to drop the food. So we'll see how it goes. They're just too sneaky, man. They know everything. Every 6 months, I try to put in the buck's grain some ammonium chloride powder. That is because bucks are prone to kidney stones, and ammonium chloride will dissolve them. And the kidney stones, if not treated or realized in time, can be deadly. They will not be able to urinate, and they will just die from that effect. So, I'm gonna take my glove off here. I just put a little scoop of this stuff right in their food, and it's super fine, so it just goes right down in there. Try to break up the little pieces there. And then I give it to them, and they eat it. I give it to them 3 or 4 days every 6 months to dissolve those stones, and so far I haven't had any issue with them. I try to keep an eye on them, but that is something you need to be aware of if you have a buck and you're feeding them grain or not a balanced diet with their hay, the right ingredients, the right nutrients in that. It can cause them to get a little bit off and to create those stones. So it's something to be looking at all the time. So the does aren't prone to kidney stones, so I don't give them that ammonium chloride. Hey, I'm talking here. You want some food? Huh? All right, come on. Wow, you're a little excited, aren't you? There's some. There's some. Have at it. Oh yeah. Go on. They love it. Hee hee. Oh, oh, oh. See, if you're not careful, goats can pack a wallop. Oh, hurts. Well, it's the doldrums of early spring. In the 70s one day, it was snowing this morning, and it's a little bit windy, so it's kind of chilly. And it's always wet. It's been raining a lot, and here's some mud right here. Yeah, I gotta, navigate this stuff all the time, slip and fall. Not only will you hurt yourself, but you'll be a muddy mess that can't even get back in the house. So anyway, it's always fun around here. You know, it's funny. I get this stuff, the scratch, out of a room in the barn, and these chickens and guineas hear that, and they know that what they're getting. Look at them. They're all excited. I'm coming. It's funny how animals just are attuned to what's going on, because I'll dig into the pig food or goat food and they won't say a thing. But man, when I open their can, woohoo! Alright, you ready? Let me give you some here. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, they're loving it. So they got about 3 weeks left in the run here. And then this will start growing up. Bugs and stuff will start coming out. And I'll let them free range. I'll just open up that door right there and let them have at it. But then the fun begins on me trying to find their eggs. They just started laying again real good. I got 3 eggs today, but they're laying almost daily already, and they haven't laid in months because of the winter. But when they free range, even though it's in this little area right here, they find hiding spots. And I don't find a clutch of eggs until there's like 20 of them in a nest. And it's super frustrating because those are just not breakfast eggs anymore. And I give them to the pigs, which is fine. But they are sneaky little dogs. I'll give them that. So in about 3 weeks, I'm going to move the boars from this, which you can see is muddy, not very grassy. They've eaten a lot of it out. But I'm going to move them over to this, adjoining pen. That's what it's for. You can see it's already grassing up. Here's this one. Here's this one. But I'm going to let it get more lush. Give it about 3 weeks, and then boom, they're going to have a great gourmet. But that's the point of these 2 adjoining pens right here. So I can keep doing that with the boars to give them a fresh field every spring and late fall. And it seems to be working out fine. Now, I'm having an issue with the others, because even with the added pasture area, they are still wearing that down pretty bad. So I have to build at least one more pasture area to rotate them through. So that's going to be a spring project, I believe, that I got to get working on. So, never ends around here. Hee hee hee. So I haven't had a rooster in several years. That is because the ones I had became too aggressive, and I had a young child, and they would attack, and they can be dangerous. So I always liked them though, how they would crow in the morning. Well, I've had some that crowed all day long. I mean, you can't get around that, but they would actually literally watch out for the hens. They would alert them if there was a hawk or eagle flying by. They would, if they saw a dog, you could tell how their demeanor would change, and they would cluck something, and the hens would, find a hiding spot. It was pretty cool. They're good protectors. If you don't have enough hens, the rooster can, for lack of a better word, wear the hens out. I've had to buy special aprons for the hens to put on their backs, because their backs would just be raw and without feathers, because the rooster was always trying to be a rooster with them. Anyway, thinking about roosters, I might get another one one day. I'm not real keen on it right now, because they don't, even when they free range, they're in this area right here with a bunch of places to hide, big trees to hide under. So there's not a huge amount of danger. Not that there isn't any, but I haven't lost a chicken in years to a predator. You watch what'll happen now. But anyway, talking about roosters, we used to have a little coop and a real little run around the coop. I mean, it was tiny, but we had a rooster and maybe 4 or 5 hens in that area. And me and my daughter was in there one day. She must have been 3 or 4, just a youngin'. And I was attending to something and heard a little bit of a ruckus behind me. And I turned to look, and the rooster had attacked my daughter, Rennie, and had her on the ground. And it was late fall, I think, or something, because she had a winter coat on, which protected her. But I instantly, he was jumping on her again. I instantly grabbed with my hand his neck to get him off of her, and attended to her, asked if she was all right, looked for scratches, looked for punctures, anything. She was fine, just a little scared. But by the time I was done, I looked, I had forgotten that I had that rooster in my hand, and with my hand around its neck. And when I turned to look at it, his comb and wattles were sky blue. They were just as blue, as the sky. And I thought, oh my goodness, I killed it, because he was limp and everything else. It wasn't moving. I let go. After a minute or two, those areas pinked up, and he started to rouse, and he got up, and he survived that. Although he didn't survive very long after that, because he got even more aggressive and he had to be put down. But I just thought it was weird. I didn't realize, I knew it instinctively, but I just didn't think about it, that those combs and wattles are a huge blood supply, or a lot of circulation goes through those. And it was super obvious whenever I had choked off the oxygen supply. They turned blue quickly. So there you go. That's my story for the day.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to continue being a part of all the adventures and stories that happen on Rubber Soul Farm. I hope we can spend more time together on the farm. But until then, enjoy your animals and take care of yourselves.